because, you know, racism, bigotry does exist. It's not as bad as it was in the 1950s and 1940s and 1910s or back in the slavery days. We know that. But we're hopefully we're dealing with the last vestiges of bigotry and racism here in the United States. It may take another 100 years. Who knows? It may take only another 20, because you know, European Americans are, you know, becoming minorities, and as they become minorities, some of them are going to be nicer, and some of them are going to fight to the bitter end. We know that. But Trader Joe's is a nice store, and customer service is there what they believe in hospitality. So I'm very disappointed. But that bigotry does raise its ugly head every once in a while, and you for a minute there, now you feel how your grandparents, your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents had to deal with that all the time. That was just the way it was. So racism doesn't exist, bigotry doesn't exist the way it was, you know, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. We know that. But it's still with us, and younger people don't understand it because it's, you know, a lot of racism is institutionalized. You know, it's institutionalized, so we don't see it. And one of the worst things that ever happened to African Americans, us as a people, because of racism, is that we were taught to distrust each other. So that's why we don't do business with each other the way we should. That's why we don't like each other the way as we should. And that's why we have high unemployment, because we don't high unemployment. One reason why, because we don't do business with each other as we should, because we were taught to distrust each other. Okay, let me go to see Doc Bob Starks. All right, Professor Starks is not there. You know, we set this meeting up about a month ago, and I forgot what time I was supposed to meet Professor Starks, so he ain't there yet. So I had to wait for him to show up. That's my bad, as they say. Hey, this is Mandrake Park over here. I don't know if you can see it. Mandrake Park. Mandrake was a great activist here in the city of Chicago that was, we say, murdered. Unfortunately, great guy. But they named the park after him, so you wouldn't forget Mandrake. Mandrake Park. And it's beautiful. They did a lot of redevelopment over here. The Madden homes, I'm not exactly the right spot to show you the Madden homes, but if you see these new housing units, the projects used to be over here, that's what I'm trying to say. The Madden homes over here on 39th and Cottage, pretty much where I'm at, and they tore all of that down to put these, they say that mixed use, mixed income, or I forgot what the fancy term they use, but it's beautiful. But the folks have been around back in the day when they put up the housing units, the quote-unquote projects. They said they were beautiful when they were first put up in the 1950s, but things change, of course. What I'm saying is that it's sad that to make the neighborhood better, poor people have to be kicked out to make the neighborhood better. Look at these nice tennis courts and whatnot. So you know, it's sad, but that's just the way it is. Like Detroit, parts of South Side Chicago, Newark, you know, a lot of cities where they have low-income African Americans. For those neighborhoods to actually improve, look at those seagulls. For those neighborhoods to actually improve, poor African Americans have to be moved out, which is sad. My thing is that we always just we need to grow people. You know, the problem of any, you know, so-called low-income, high-crime neighborhood is not the buildings or the street. It's the people. And the people, before they became people, they were big people, they were little people, they were children. So it comes down to parenting. It comes down, you know, forget reason. Well, it's nice to have resources, nice to have nice schools and nice equipment. It's nice if you can get that. But it really comes down to parenting. So remember, the apple does not fall far from the tree. So when you have a young lady, a young man, they have children in an urban city like Chicago, some other city like that, and they have a child at 15, 20, come on. Man, you ain't really ready to raise it. You know, when I talk to little girls, they pregnant, they 15, 16 years old. I say, where you gonna send your baby to school? What grammar school? What high school? What preschool? What type of person they gonna be? I don't know, Mr. Sims, I don't know. And therein lies the problem. They don't know. Because they only know what they do know. This is unbelievable. They redid this neighborhood, and if I had money, I would come down here and live down here. I still might come down here. So I live way out close to the hundreds, and see, down here on 39th Street, which is what, 50 blocks from where I live, The lake is right down the street. In fact, if I have time, I'll walk to the lake. You can actually walk to the lake. I'm at 39th. Well, you think I'm lying? Okay, let me zoom in on the sign here. You think I'm lying? That's Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove, which is 800 East, and Pershing Road. Pershing Road is 3900 South. That's 39 blocks south of downtown, Madison, actually, downtown. So 39 blocks. So we're 39th in Cottage Grove. And look at these beautiful homes they built. And I don't know which, you see, I'm so confused. Somebody got to tell me which one parts of CHA, meaning Chicago Housing Authority, and which ones are just anybody can rent and whatnot. I got some peeps live over here. I should come over there and talk to them. And aren't they beautiful? Well, what I was saying earlier is that cities like Chicago, Newark, Detroit, Philly, automotive, towns, maybe some parts of Dallas and Houston too, who knows? Some parts are definitely parts of Atlanta. The trick is that, not a trick, the urban planners have to grow people. You could plan buildings. They've been planning this for years. They talked about tearing down the projects when I was a wee small child. We also have to grow people. We have to grow people. That's what it's all about, growing people. I should get on that track and exercise, man. I need to lose some weight. Bad. Ain't this beautiful? People out here walking around and all safe. Look at them beautiful homes down the street. Well, maybe I come over there, I'll get you a closer view. Absolutely beautiful. Prime real estate. Prime real estate. That's why my whole thing is that trying to find systematic, cultural, whatever you fancy term you want to use, to try to make it where low income people in neighborhoods will have high density youth, high density neighborhoods of youth, can they behave themselves? Go to school, get good grades. Everybody can get A's and B's, we know that for whatever reason, but get the best grade they possibly can. Don't throw trash on the ground. Don't play the loud music all the time. Look at this construction. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that construction. See what they're building over there? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, I walked myself over the Lakeshore Drive. I don't know if you can see, because I can barely see with my viewfinder. That's the Sears Tower or the Willis Tower. What you talking about, Willis? The Willis Tower. You can barely see downtown in the fog. I can't really see it with my viewfinder. That's Lakeshore Drive. Let me turn around here. Lakeshore Drive, going south to Hyde Park on South Shore, and the lake is over there. Let me walk a little closer. Maybe I'll walk down the lake. I gotta be careful. I gotta use all my battery juice. All right, I made it down to Lake Michigan. Y'all need to come on down here. If you never come to Chicago, never been here to Chicago, or you haven't been in a while, come on down. Come here in the spring, summer, or fall. It's absolutely beautiful. Winter's a little tough, of course. But if you're from the Midwest, you can handle the winter. But come on down in spring, summer, or fall, and you walk down and see this beautiful lakefront. Unbelievable. We didn't have this lakefront in Chicago, it'd be a dump. It's absolutely magnificent. And ironically, a lot of people who live here, they may only see the lake, once or twice a year because it's a drag to come down here and traffic's bad and blah, blah, blah. But it's about 9:30, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, April 5th. And of course, most people at work. I work nights, so I'm down here. And absolutely magnificent. They put a new beach in about, I think, a year or two ago, last year, the year before last, whatever. You can't really see it from this angle here. It's 43rd Street Beach, the first beach they built here in Chicago in 50 years. So the little beaches are nice. The lakefront is nice. It's magnificent. Absolutely, you gotta come here and see good old Chicago. Even the ducks, I can't move around too much. The ducks love it. Unbelievable. Come on down, y'all. Spend that money so we can get some of that tax revenue. We really, really need it. And stay in the city. Don't stay in the suburbs. Get you a nice hotel downtown, out on the edge of in the city limits now. And come on down and spend that money. We love it. You'll love it too.